Hi, this is Casey Palat with Blue Marble Consulting. We simplify your IT and business with SAP S/4HANA, plus our simple approach, plus enablement powered by MindTickle. In a minute, I'll be demoing SAP HANA Simple Finance Accounts Payable and SAP HANA Simple Finance Accounts Receivable, plus I'll be covering a little bit of the learner side and the administrative side of the learning product MindTickle. Blue Marble Consulting is a value-added reseller of SAP S/4HANA and Simple Finance. It's designed on the HANA platform with an SAP Fiori user experience. This delivers a more personalized and more responsive experience and a simple experience across any device for any user. Our methodology is not the traditional waterfall approach. We believe in following the simple approach to be a successful implementation. To summarize the key points, first, we ensure stakeholder alignment. Second, we demonstrate best practices and iteratively test scenarios with real converted data from the easy processes to the most complex. Third, the implementation is a migration onto SAP best practices instead of an engineer-to-order project. Fourth, we prepare users for change with communication and preparation. We involve users early on in the data cleansing and hands-on testing all the way throughout. Fifth, we ensure a low total cost of ownership for your ERP solution. We are a no-nonsense firm that does things right the first time. We have a 100% reference rate since 2001 from over 75 end customers. Sixth, we use a gamification platform that engages the wider using community, that is easy to administer and allows the stakeholders to monitor the success of the team with analytics. With that, let's jump into our demo. What we're looking at here is an accounts payable manager view on a Fiori platform that's run on HANA. And a scenario here we're looking for a way to simulate a cash discount in the future because we need to forecast the available cash discount based on the open invoices. And this allows us to make sure that we can get the maximum cash discount amount on each payment. An AP manager here can check the discount forecast situation. So what we're going to do is jump into our cash discount utilization. And what we're seeing here is look into the cash discount forecast, and this is by company. It shows us that the cash discount utilization within specific companies is either good or bad. And so let's take a look at Automation Inc. And we'll go into by payment date. And what this has done is it's drilled us down a little bit deeper to look into the customer data specifically and let us see that the amount of cash discount expiring before the next payment day is just too high. So by drilling down into the vendor line item a little bit lower, it's given us a list of invoices here, vendor line items, to get in just this deeper look. Really lets us see that the status discount expiring before the next payment day is just too high. And so the information that we're getting here is we get it in real time, and it allows us to make a change that'll benefit from higher cash discounts so we can reduce the working capital and improve the supplying relationship. So with this information, getting it in real time and not having to run a nightly batch and seeing it later, we can actually consider an offer for a dynamic discount to the supplier. Suppliers awaiting payment for goods are usually benefit more from an early payment, minus that dynamic discount, than from full payment at the end of their contracted term. So the supplier gets convenient information about a dynamic discount, and thus they can determine the optimum payment term along their cash demands, and it keeps our relationship up with them on both ends, so they know that we're actively monitoring that. So really, the real time is really helping you, and the power of HANA is what's allowing us to do it. So let's jump into our accounts receivable. It's another real quick demo, and what it is we're just going to be identifying a need for more short-term focus on receivables and trying to improve insight into the liquidity check and on overdue receivables. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the customer list and check out an outstanding item, and then we'll just capture a quick promise to pay for an open item here. So we'll go into here. This is our overdue receivables tab. This is just something that any manager might have. It depends on what their authorizations are. You'll see this is showing all of our receivables that are overdue, some that aren't, receivables that aren't overdue, you can see is this column, and then the other overdue receivables by period here. And we've got our header data up here that's showing current status, live real time on the platform. And then what we can do here is maybe we want to see it by customer. So we can drill down into the customer list, and maybe we'll go in and check Bohr and Hammer here. And what this allows us to do is allows us to drill down into a specific customer. So if you see at the top here, we can do it by period. The last one was by period, but it was all of our customers. Now we could drill down into period by a specific customer and have a similar outline that we had on that last slide. But today we're going to go into process receivables, and you'll see here that it gives that Fiori user experience is great because it gives all the contact information, that master data for that customer, so that's right at your fingertips. You don't have to go into a separate transaction to get it. It's also got our history of contact with the customer. So you not only have the contacts, but you have the history. So you've got all this right at your fingertips, right on the Fiori platform. What we're looking at here is a list of invoices, and we're going to focus on this broken one. We're going to make a promise to pay for this broken invoice. So we'll go ahead and choose that one. We've picked that specific item. We're going to create a promise. You'll see here we've got a promise by a user, and then we'll go give it a promise date, push it out a little bit, click OK, and you'll see that the invoice has changed from broken to open. So we have a standing promise for them. So what you have here is you have a more accurate real-time insight into key KPIs that are pushed to you on, these are just two examples of AP and AR. Before on SAP, performance constraints could lead to outdated data. Maybe you're running nightly batched reports or even weekly batched reports and then analyzing them. You're really doing that in arrears and not real time. So with this, you can understand trends and act on them immediately. And that'll help to shape your overall portfolio, whatever your field you're working in. So before it was difficult to identify late payment or just late risks or just risks period because you're doing those in arrears. Well, now you're doing it right in real time, and you can evolve with that customer or whoever's behavior you're working with. So here you can focus on the exceptions and solve them in a way that really wasn't possible pre-SAP HANA. What we do to leverage this information and instruct people is we use a gamification learning platform called MindTickle. It helps to significantly cut training costs, which is a great thing, and ensures early adoption for your organization. Go ahead and ask Blue Marble Consulting for more information on MindTickle and SAP. Let's take a quick look at our MindTickle. So we're going to look at it from a learner's perspective first. Here's our road to HANA. Literally, we've got a road to HANA map that's in here, and these are our different modules that you can go through. You can do them in succession, so the check marks won't be there. They can be locked, so the user has to go one by one, or they can be open for them to go through. The data that you can upload on here, we can embed videos, we can upload PDFs, you can add interactive SWF files, you can have a discussion section right over here on this side, so that users can see comments from fellow users in the system. Another thing that we can do is you can implement quizzes right into your thing. This is a PPT, just another sort of data. You can implement quizzes, and you can see there's true, false, there's multiple choice. There's polling questions. The polling questions allow the user to pick one. Then they see the overall results from all their colleagues. You can do word matching, picking letters. You can also do matching together for processes. You can do image matching too. One other change I'd like to show you for learning is you can change the theme. So here's our road to the Everest Summit. This is a payment cycle, and you can just go from the very bottom. Again, this might be one that they have to learn in order. So they start with these locked, and they have to work from the first to the last. One thing here is you can see we've got embedded videos again. We can embed Word docs, and you can include quizzes in each level, so you don't just have to have one devoted to quizzing. Over here on the right, we've got something also called the Factopedia on top of the discussions. This allows the user to use a hyperlink that you might want to provide for them for outside information. Maybe it's not integral to the learning process, but it's maybe a good bit of data that they can go sample. They can work their way up through the road, and you can put any kind of information in here. You can add polls to simple levels, PDFs, and everything else. So they work their way up through that, and then they get to there. They get a score. They can see the score of their colleagues and themselves, and here's all their communication data. From the administrative side, you can go into the analytics and see active analytics for all of your courses. So you can go in and analyze where certain information is happening, what isn't happening. For here, we can go in and look at an overview of the content, and we can actually find where the users like and dislike, what they're getting wrong, what they're getting correct, how many learners are doing what, and where they are. You can also dig into specific learners. So you can go in and look at a report card per learner. If that learner is not active, you can see the last date they were in. You can see where they're located. You can see how they're utilizing the tool, and maybe go look at their comments as to see why they're doing certain things differently than others. So this is our contact page. Please contact Blue Marble Consulting regarding any more information on SAP Simple Finance, SAP HANA, or this learning tool, MindTickle. Sabrina Sigourney is our practice director, and she can be reached at our 800 number. It's 1-800-875-7030, or you can contact us at simple@sap-bmc.com. Also, check out our YouTube channel, SAP is Simple. It has more videos and more information. Ask us about the low cost of ownership for your solution. Thank you.